How's it going, guys? For today's video, we're going to be doing a Yadier Molina debut. As you can see, this card is pretty solid. If you don't have Pudge, then this is the card you're probably going to want to go to. If you do have Pudge, I would probably say you're better off using him with a little bit of power, and I think he's actually got a little bit better of an arm as well. When it comes to this card, he has 101 contact, 98 contact on left, 69 power on right, nice, 74 power on left, 114 vision. So his hitting is pretty solid. In reality, it's actually pretty good, but the power, especially with the new patch, is what I'm looking for. When it comes to the fielding side of things, 95 fielding, 94 arm strength. He's going to be really good behind the dish, but is he as good as Pudge? That is the question. For our lineup today, we got Robbie Alomar, Willie Mays, Ron Jeremy, Frank Thomas, Duke Snider. Molina is going to hit 6th for us. I couldn't justify having him hit 2nd or 4th just because he doesn't have speed and he doesn't even really have good pop. So we're going to have him hitting 6th, then Hornsby and Ichiro Suzuki. All right, so we have finally matched up with our opponent. Our opponent for today is the New York Hipsters, LT Mike Murphy. He's got Kershaw on the bump, so that's actually pretty good for our Yadier Molina card. He's got a good team. He's got Ernie Banks, Alex Gordon, Joe Torre behind the dish. Interesting. His whole team, he's kind of got like a mix between really good cards and like budget beasts. So that's actually pretty interesting. First thing I'm noticing right away, he is obviously the home team. I am not a huge fan of this field because it's 421 to center field, and I'm a guy who always loves to go up the middle. If we're going to hit a jack with Alomar, it's going to have to be to the pull side or going away. There's no way. I don't think he has enough power to go up the middle with it. He has enough power to hit it up the middle for a single, though. Attaboy, leading off the game right. Willie's going to rake regardless. The field, no real field can contain him except maybe Polo Grounds. As I say that, did we get into it? It's going to be all the way to the warning track. Full count around Jeremy. Ball 4, we take it all the way. Try to throw that backdoor slider. We took it. Frank! Attaboy! Double in the gap. That should score 2 unless he gets a really good animation off the wall. I don't know exactly who his center fielder is. If I remember correctly, it was Andrew Jones. Nonetheless, though, 2 RBI double for Frank Thomas. All right, lefty-lefty crime time for Duke. Yeah, it's a base hit. It's not lefty-lefty crime, but you know what? It keeps the rally moving. First at bat, I swear to God, if we hit into a double play for our first at bat, but it ends up being another base hit. Jesus. Oh, I thought we lined out and we're going to get hosed at second because I goofed. I thought I was going to need to send people back. At least we still get the RBI. That's what matters. Hornsby gets into one. I'm pretty sure that's going to be another deep fly out just like Willie Mays. So we had a really good start for our first inning, and we throw a sinker down the middle. If you watched last video, you saw how bad my pitching can be randomly in innings, so we need to make sure we can limit the damage from our pitching. I'm going to go ahead and throw this slider just off the plate, and actually ends up being over the plate. Opponent's not going to be cheesy. He's not going to try and go to third. I made sure to cut that off. We get the out at first. 1-2 the count to Andrew Jones. We're going to hit him with a dirty slider. Yes, sir. We got him with the dirty pitch. 2 down. It's very interesting that our opponent is using his cap at first base when your option could be Frank Thomas. It's not something I would do, but I mean, if you don't have him yet, what a pitch. That's a dot. This is the pitching that I need to do all the time. Ichiro slaps one over the shortstop's head. It's not going to be a double. It wasn't slapped hard enough to get into the gap. We got a good jump. We're going to take that all the way. Ichiro, we don't steal that often, but when we get it. See, that is something that I actually saw on Twitter, and I wasn't sure if the guy sent his runner, like, from first to second, like if he did the mess up on his own, but I can actually clarify now for sure. That's a game issue. I don't know why Ichiro's trying to round the bag and then go to third. Obviously, I was just stealing one bag. Even when we get a successful steal opportunity, something's bound to happen. I'm just learning to get used to it with this game, and we'll see if we can bleed that one in. Looks like he's going to bleed in right in front of Tony Gwynn. Get another man on base. I'm afraid to steal after that. I don't want to even push anything. All right, Willie, man with a plan. We're getting something to hit and drive. Man with a plan. It is a bomb. Willie Mays, this time he doesn't hit it to the warning track. He hits it well out of here. 2 more runs on the board. 5-0. 1-2 the count. We're going to throw a sinker just out of the zone. Give him to chase and maybe jam him. We did just that. Jammed them upstairs. Couldn't get good wood on it. Easy routine fly ball to Willie Mays. One of the cards that I've heard really good things about, but I haven't tried since the patch, is Ernie Banks. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things. People say he's got tremendous power and a relatively big PCI, which is all things that you would want. We get him to swing at a slider over the plate. Maybe he just missed that. because I thought that was about to be 420 feet or something to get out of here. Mr. Mike Murphy gets it. He's using Chipper Jones. He gets that that is one of the best third basemen in this game. Looks like he was on that one too, maybe a tad bit underneath it. Routine fly ball to Ichiro. Let's go get some more runs. Frank, oh man, I was just a little late on that. I'm pretty sure we didn't miss it. We're just a tad late. All right, Yachty, let's get something to drive. You already got one RBI on the day, but I want to see a home run from you. That's not going to do it. I need to shut my mouth when I'm swinging. First pitch, he ends up being a little late. Up to the dish is his pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. I honestly feel like with how our opponent's been hitting, this is the time he's going to get a hit with the pitcher. It always seems to be that way. If I'm holding somebody down with their, their main studs, but then their pitcher comes up, I'm usually giving up some weird, crazy hit. Almost foretold that prophecy, but it is another weak pop out. We need to make sure we hit our spot here. That is not what we're supposed to do, and that's what should happen when you miss a slider over the plate. Our opponent seems to struggle with the sinker inside with the lefties, and we get him to roll it over. Pretty sure we don't even need to turn two. We already had 2 outs, but I'm going to take it the easy way just in case. Hornsby last at bat just missed a good home run, but we're going to see if we could get it right back for him right here. We're all over it. It's going to be a single, not a home run, but nonetheless smoked into left. All right, Ichiro, we need another slap hit, or if you want to go deep, that works too. That's gonna be an out. Attaboy, Robbie, shoot it into the gap. That's gonna easily score 1 again. It was hit kind of weak into the gap, so we're gonna be able to. Oh man, this is gonna be a little bit closer than I thought. Get down. There we go. We swing at a bad pitch with Willie, but we end up getting lucky. That's the one downside to Chipper Jones at third. His defense is pretty skeptical at times. All right, Ron. Put this game out of reach early on so we get an early mercy. That is, what the hell was that? 3-1 to Ron. He walks him. He gets to face Frank. What will he do? He ends up walking us. Frank is coming up to the dish. Bases loaded. Juice time. Frank Nugenics Thomas with an absolute bomb. First pitch, we obliterate it. We are now up 10-0 off that grand slam from Frank. 3-2 the count to Andrew Jones. If we end up mercing him in these 4 innings, we're going to go ahead and play another game. 0-2 the count. We're going to throw the sinker up and away, or more so up and over the plate, but we get the strikeout anyways. 1-2 the count. We're going to go and throw a 4-seam a little bit underneath the hands, and it locks him up a little bit, or he absolutely just jammed his PCI down. Nonetheless, we get the 10-0 mercy after 4 innings. So just after 4 innings, we end up with the 10-0 mercy. Frank Thomas was 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, 6 RBIs. Willie Mays was 2 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and Alomar 3 for 3 with a double and RBI. And again, I can only reiterate that Alomar is a super good card, and he has that kind of glitchy pop because of his swing. So just in case we end up with another mercy, we're going to go ahead and move Yachty into the 3 spot, see if we can get some more RBIs with him, move our Capron Jeremy into the 6 hole. We are playing the Texas Crushers, Jacob R. Jr., and he's got a pretty loaded team. The only difference is his bottom 2. He's got Wade Boggs, and he has Nolan Ryan on the mound. I got Zach Greinke. Our opponent being 101-48 should mean this is probably going to be a good game. 2-1, he was really late on the get me over fastball. We're going to see if we can get it inside. He's a little bit late again, but he does drive it by Frank. He's got the leadoff man on. 1-2 the count. We're going to throw a dot of a fastball. He's actually ready for that one. He's been late on every fastball so far, but maybe with the lefties, he's able to time it up a little bit. We're gonna learn pretty quick. We're going to see if we can get Frank 3-2 with this slider. That's going to be a hanger, and he is all over it, and that is what is Duke doing out there. Bad pitch by me, even worse play by Duke Snyder. That ends up being a run for our opponent early on. Throw that fastball upstairs and away. I figured he was going to be on time for it, but if I put it away, he's going to be a little early. We get the ground ball. All right, 2-2. We're going to execute this curveball. Not really, but it was terrible enough where he squares it up for a line out. Ball 4, that's an easy walk. Didn't even have to question if it was going to be a ball or strike. Did Willie get all of that one? I think we might have just dipped a tad underneath it. That is going to be a routine fly out to right. It's Yachty's time to shine. Let's do something here. Yachty gets into one. First pitch in the at-bat. He goes deep. What a good card. Honestly, I love this swing, especially for the inside fastballs. He has a really good, clean, short, compact swing. So Yadi puts us up on the board and gives us the lead 2-1. Let's see if Frank can continue the damage. Full count to Frank. We've been all over every pitch, but we're just hitting him foul. Let's see if we can get our timing correct here. Ball forward to Frank. I believe that brings up Duke against a righty. He's going to be dangerous. All right, we've evened up the count 2-2. Let's get something to drive. We get something to drive, and we hit it well. We hit it hard, but right at the second baseman for a double play. At least Yadi gave us the lead back. 2-2, we're going to see if we could dot up this curve, and that's not going to be a great pitch, and it's going to get hit. I threw the curveball 3 times in a row. I was getting really stubborn, and Willie has done this many times so far since the patch where he doesn't pick up a ground ball cleanly. 2-2 the count. We're going to throw this changeup low and away. That's going to be a good pitch. He takes it. That actually hung a little bit, so I'm a little surprised that he took it, but we do get the strikeout. 2-2, he was late on a changeup, so we're going to see if he's late on the fastball. He is miserably late on that fastball. We get the strikeout again, 2 down. Wow. Nolan Ryan almost wanted to give him the 1-run lead back. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that slider from Greinke. That's the one pitch I'm not controlling for him so far. And we didn't learn our lesson from being out on the sinker. But is Ron going to beat it out? He does not with that short, choppy steps that he takes all the way to first. God, I love that running animation. The one thing that I want to happen this inning is we get Ichiro on base, so that way Zach Greinke doesn't lead off our next inning. And that was a good hit. That was a good piece of hitting, but it is a line out to right field. We need to make sure Ricky Henderson does not get on base again, and throwing a changeup over the heart of the plate was a good way to do that. So we achieved our goal. We didn't want Ricky Henderson on base, and we made sure he wasn't on base by feeding him a changeup over the plate, so that way he gets a home run. 0-2 the count. We're going to go ahead and go right back to the fastball, up and away, and that ends up being over the plate, but it is out of the zone, thankfully. 2-2 the count. We just showed him a slider away, so I want to see if we can freeze him with the fastball away. We don't freeze him, but he is a little bit out in front, so the power is negated a little bit. First pitch to Wade Boggs. We're throwing a changeup over the heart of the plate again. I'm going to have to avoid the changeup for a little bit because I can't seem to control it at all. There's got to be a way to get somebody out through timing, because in real life, getting somebody out through timing is the main way to do it. And that time, he is very early again. Please tell me we beat him to the bag. We don't. The issues continue to pile on. 2 very early hits and a late hit. Can we please just get out of this inning without giving up a grand slam? We blow the fastball by him. We get out of the inning. Thankfully, those 3 really ridiculous hits don't bite us, but he does have 7 hits. All right, we got a check swing there, right? Check swing. We get the walk for Zach Greinke to lead off the inning. Man on first. Will Alomar cash it in? Alomar smokes it by the shortstop. I thought we for sure had a guaranteed double play. We're going to go ahead and try and turn this into a triple and get him home as well. If he threw it home, we were hosed, but he threw it to third, so we're safe at third. Let's go. Willie Mays gets into that one. That is a no-doubt shot for Willie. Up and away. Willie Mays is also one of the cars that has the most power to the opposite field, and I love it. That was just a good pitch. We were a tad on top. Good timing and everything. But like I said, we were on top, so it ends up being a ground ball. I believe that is 1 down in the inning. 2-1 the count to Frank. I feel like we're going to get a fastball or sinker here. We get the sinker. We smoke it to second base. Not too much we can do about that. Duke! I think we just got underneath that one too. Let's see if we can get a clean inning from Zach here. We're going to throw a good first pitch. Our opponent does drive it the other way against the shift. I completely forgot McCann had the shift on him. I would have probably pitched a little bit differently if I knew. We get the strikeout. There we go. Ricky Henderson is 2 for 2 on the day, and we also start the count 2-0 and throw a fastball down the meat. We just got so lucky. 1-1 the count to Tony. That's going to be a good 2-seam away. We get him out in front. No more very early hits this time for you, buddy. Ron takes that sinker the other way, and I know he has certain animations. I want to see his no doubt animation right there, because unfortunately in strike zone view you can't see it. First off, we're just going to take a look at how beautiful and stunning this man is. Ron Jeremy, number 69. The man, the myth, the legend drives it the other way, goes with the pitch, kisses the bat. Full count to Rogers Hornsby. We need to get him up on the board. I don't think he's had a hit all day, so this is where we're going to change it for him. We changed it for him, got that synchro away, go with it, back up the middle, 2-0 to Ichiro. We're going to make sure we compile these runs, no lineouts. No, sir. Is that going to bleed? That's bleeding in. I guess maybe the key with Ichiro is not to get good goods, get a little jam, maybe get your PCI under it, and I think I got it underneath. If we could go yard with Greinke, I'm tearing down everything in my room. Greinke gets into one. He wanted to go yard, but unfortunately that is a line out for him. Maybe we're a tad late. If we pulled it, maybe we get the power. 2-0 the count to Alomar. We just missed a good hit with Greinke. We're going to make sure we get it with Alomar, and we don't. We choke it. Willie drives another one to center field. That is going to be our second line out to center field in this inning. We did at least score one more. We're going to go after that perfect slider away. We're going to go and throw a four-seamer away. See if we thought maybe he was just going to take it because he just saw a pitch that was perfect there, but he was all over it. Feel like he's expecting off speed, so we're going to come right back with a fastball over the heart of the plate. No, nothing wrong with throwing it over the heart of the plate. Change up or slider or whatever I wanted to throw, it was going to get mashed. Greinke's already 83 pitches into his day. We're going to go ahead and at least warm up the bullpen and see if we can get out of this damage ourselves. That's a good pitch. That's a good pitch, and that's probably one of the better outcomes. 1-0, we're going to throw that curveball. That's going to be a good pitch. We get him to roll it over, and he doesn't send the runner home. I was not even going to throw it home. So we might actually just get lucky enough to get out of this inning. That was a great pitch to Vlad. Please tell me that's not going to bleed in. Willie Mays with the wheels. We get out of the jam. Second and third, no outs. I feel like we're going to go deep again with Yadi. He's going to do something. He's going to do something, and that something's going to be another hard line out. All right, we end up getting a 5-pitch walk to Frank. A lot of people are going to throw around him, so you do have to be patient. What a terrible swing. I wanted that to be a check swing, but we get bailed out again. We need to capitalize on this. First and second, 1 out. Anything but a double play. We avoid it. We snuck it through the hole. We're going to go ahead and get 2 runs off of this. And it still ended up being closer than I thought. Ichiro continues the damages, slaps it down the line. We end up with another double. I'm not going to push it for another run because second and third with 1 out, I trust myself we're going to get these runs. With Zach Greinke being up and us being 1 swing away from a mercy, we're going to go ahead and bring out the Thunder Boomstick of Adam Dunn and see if he could get the game over and done with for us. 3-2 the count to Adam Dunn. Can we drive it? He ends up walking us. Bases loaded for Robbie Alomar. Let's see if we get a walk-off granny. That is the worst thing we could have had happen. All right, Willie. Anything in the gap will score 3. And did we get all of that? I don't know if we did. It looks like it's going to be a deep fly out all the way to the wall. Henderson's butt cheeks were on the wall. All right, maybe next inning we'll be able to get the mercy, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and bring in Andrew Miller. He's early on that fastball. We're going to go and throw the slide piece away. That's going to be a great pitch. Strike 3. 1 down. See, I feel like Andrew Miller's changeup isn't that effective because the speed differential isn't that great. It's basically you're throwing a lot of fastball slider combinations, and we get him out front with that slider again. So we're going to go ahead and try and illustrate my point. We're going to throw this changeup low and away. That's going to be a great pitch, and he's all over it. I think it's like a 6-mile-per-hour difference, so in the game it's really not that big. You want at least like a 10-mile-per-hour difference. Yadi, you've been clutch so far. Can we get another hit, maybe even another home run out of you? I swung at a terrible pitch. That's on me. We keep the inning alive. We battled the whole at bat. We now get our cap. Ron Jeremy back up the dish. He smokes it to first base. We just got on top of that. All right, jam up Tony. I feel like he's not ready for the fastball this time. I guessed right. Perfectly located 2-seamer, 1 down. First pitch to Frank. We're going to go and throw a slider over the meat of the plate. What I wanted to do is a backdoor slider, and that's the risk you run. If you miss by a little bit, it ends up right down the middle. We're going to go right back to the 2-seam away. We get the kind of weak, deep fly out. We're out of the inning. No more damage has occurred. Let's see if we get 4 runs and get out of the game with a mercy. I know one of the questions in my comments the other night was asking if I still think contact hitters are viable now that power is better. 100% contact hitters are still viable. I wouldn't consider Alomar a power hitter by any stretch, but he does do really well. And also, as you can see it in the stats on that right field scoreboard, each row is hitting 374 for me. All right, I need a base hit, and the base hit god himself is coming up to the dish for a pitcher, Chipper Jones, and we missed it. First pitch to Vlad, we're gonna throw that cutter over the heart of the plate, nothing new. 3-2 the count. We're just gonna throw a get me over changeup, and that get me over changeup is ball 4. We are not off to a good start to this inning. 3-0. We're just gonna throw a get me over changeup over the heart of the dish. That ends up being one of the better pitches I've thrown all inning. We're gonna go ahead and repeat that on the 3-1 count. Just get it over, and that's why I throw it. I want my opponent to earn everything he gets. 2-2 the count to Frank Thomas. One swing in the back can change this game completely, and we throw a cutter down the middle, and he misses it. Whoo, we're out of it. 4-pitch walk to Alomar. We're starting off this inning right. Let's get at least 1 or 2 runs here. Yadi, I think he just got underneath that one. It's going to be a deep fly out. 3-1 count to Wade Boggs. We just need to shut this inning down. He's out in front. I feel like now we're just going to go right to the fastball, give him what he wants, and that's ball 4. And he swings, and he's late. So we ended up walking our opponent last at bat on 4 pitches. That should be a double play if our pitcher ends up covering first in time. He does not. 0-2 the count. We're just going to go ahead and continue to throw off speed to our opponent. He is not sitting back, and I float it down the middle. Just going to throw some fastballs to Miggy. I want to make sure we get ahead in the count. We at least evened it up. We're going to throw a slurve, and that is another slurve down the middle. So we ended up winning that game 9-6. Our opponent had 15 hits, but because of how bad his timing was, thankfully they were only singles. We gave up probably 8 or 9 earlies and 1 or 2 lates, and the other 3 or 4 hits that our opponent had were good timing. When it came to our notable players, our player of the game was Ron Jeremy. He was 1 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. Willie Mays was 1 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Yadier Molina was 1 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Realistically, I think he's a pretty good card. I think he is solid. If you don't have Pudge, this is a card that I would recommend, but if you do have Pudge, I wouldn't rate Molina over him. It wouldn't make sense. Pudge has more power. Pudge has a little bit better fielding. Pudge is just better in every stat, but in the power department, he's up quite a bit, but in pretty much any other department, they're very similar. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and y'all have a good day. Thank you.